Hey guys, welcome to another video by Market Scripters. Today we are looking at the Portfolio Backtester. This is a script on TradingView. It's free, it's public. Go ahead and use it. Backtest your portfolios. This is for this is for educational purposes only, as I'm sure you will know. This is not financial advice. This is not advice of any kind. I'm presenting a tool for you to use for your own education and for your own testing and analysis. This is something I built in TradingView. If you want to have a custom script or indicator built, or a tool or a screener or something that you come up with, let me know. This is what I do. I love building out scripts and visualizing your brain onto the chart. So let's get into it. This is a portfolio backtester. What it does is it's going to let you enter different portfolio allocations, different assets and percentages, and then compare against other portfolios. It's going to give you the gain, as you can see on the right. The initial investment of $10,000 in this specific allocation turned into 42 over this period of time for a return of 327%. The green window is the start and the end dates, and the line obviously is how that portfolio did. And then the little dots you see along the way are rebalances. So let's take a quick look at the settings, and then we're going to get into how we even add these to the chart in the first place. The first setting is the initial investment, the $10,000 in this case. Of course, this is all hypothetical. This is rebalancing yearly. You could also do monthly or never. If we do monthly, then you're going to see more of these little dots along the way, and you can see that the result changes as well. So you can compare that. You can take the same portfolio, compare rebalancing yearly versus monthly, and see which one performs better. There's the start and the end date, of course, and then the asset breakdown. Currently, there's only slots for 5. If you think you want more than that, just let me know. This is something I can add in. And then the percentages, of course, of each asset's percentage of the portfolio. It has to equal 100%. I'm just going to show you real quick. If it doesn't equal 100%, you're going to see an error message, red bar across the top saying, there's been a problem. And over here on the right, you can see total allocations need to equal 100%. So make sure these all sum up to 100. And then it's going to plot the performance. If you want to plot the rebalances, to see more fine-grained detail, you can see that too. And then you can obviously change the color. So cool. Just as a real quick, this is how you can use this. What if we did 50-50 VTI and gold instead of a 70-30? We were at 327%. Now we're at 328%. So you can ask those very basic questions and get very quick answers. And then looking at this, we're actually comparing this to this other portfolio that's yellow, which didn't even return 100%. And we can look at the allocation of that and say, okay, this mixture, this comparison, this portfolio allocation did not do as well as this in the past. Obviously, past performance is no guarantee of future results, but this helps us answer these questions about the past. Okay, let's get into how did we add this to the chart? How do we do this? Let's start from scratch. We're going to start with looking at an asset that has a long history. In this case, I'm looking at SPY. It goes all the way back until the first candle was February of 1993. So that is a long history. Any asset we add to this is probably going to be within this range and added to the markets by that date. So cool. We're pulling this up. We could do this on a daily chart. We could do this on a monthly chart. I like the weekly chart. It doesn't really matter as long as the asset we're looking at has the history for all of the assets we want to add in our portfolio. So typing the slash or hitting the slash key on the keyboard while you're looking at TradingView brings up the indicator window. So go ahead and bring it up. Type in Portfolio Backtester, and you can see under Community is probably where it's going to be for you. Portfolio Backtester MS. MS stands for Market Scripters. Go ahead and click that, and it's going to bring it to your chart. Now, it has some default settings. It's defaulted to the peak right before the 2008-2009 crash. I thought that'd be a good place to start. And it has an allocation which is similar to Ray Dalio's all-weather portfolio. Again, it's just a default. It's obviously not advice of any kind. So this is just where we're starting. From here, you can make your adjustments. From here, you can say, you know what, I want to use VU instead of VTI. I don't want anything related to bonds. And I want to throw a couple stock picks in there, like NVIDIA. And let's say we throw in Tesla. Oops, wrong box. Tesla as well. And I haven't changed any of the allocations. So let's say we wanted to be 30. I'm just picking numbers out of a hat. 20, 20, and 20, and 0 TLT. Now, we need VU to be 40. Okay. Now that adds up to 100. So we're good. 7,900% return. Look at that. Who doesn't want that? That must be nice. If you picked Tesla or NVIDIA back then, good on you. What are we looking at here? So the red X's simply state that there was a time when one of the assets you selected didn't exist on the market for these rebalances. That's what that's saying. The first initial allocation, every rebalance after that, one of the assets didn't exist. And then at one point it came back in. I'm not sure which one it is. It's probably NVIDIA or Tesla. Anyway, you can still test as if you had something before an asset was given. But for now, let's just go ahead and move this right up to that date. I think it was around there. Oh, missed it just by a little bit. That's what I like about TradingView. They added the ability to click and drag on the chart when there's a date component. Okay, so we're not looking all the way back, as far back as, let's say, VU existed or the SPY existed, but we're looking back as far as we can for the minimum date that all four of these assets existed. And we're getting 6,400% as their return. So we can compare this now with different asset percentages. Go ahead and tweak these. What if we made, VU 30 and then NVIDIA 30 as well? We're going to go from 6,500% to 10,000%. So clearly, NVIDIA was one of the winners here. What if I wanted to compare this portfolio to another portfolio and see them on the same chart at the same time, which is what we did when the video started? So here's what I'm going to do. There's a few steps here, so stick with me. We're going to copy this chart. And you can do that by either hitting Command-C, as it shows here, or just clicking Copy. Now I want to paste. And I can right-click and hit Paste, or I can simply hit Command-V. So I'm going to paste. Now I have two of the same scripts on the chart at the same time. I'm going to change the color of one of them right off the bat so we know what we're looking at here. And then I'm going to make some changes. I'm going to replace NVIDIA with Bitcoin. Let's use Coinbase. And I'm going to replace Tesla with ETH USD. Okay, we can see, obviously, Bitcoin and ETH did not become available until sometime around here, right? June 2016. And this is cool. Now we can see that this one has 24,000% return. The previous one had 10,000% return. But what I want to do is I want to be able to see these right on top of each other so that I can visually compare. Because again, I think a lot of people are visual learners. It really helps to visually see the difference, and reading numbers only goes so far. So how do I do this? There's a couple ways. I can click and drag this line up into the pane above it, so it's by the yellow one. Or I could even go to move to existing pane above, and that's going to work as well. So that's one way. The other way, I just undid it real quick. I don't know if you can see this. I can literally click and drag up and let go, and now it's in this pane above it. One last step here is we have to change the scale. You can see this one on the left, the blue one, or is it green? The blue one. It's on its own scale on the left. And so if you come down to the settings, pin to scale A, and that's going to put them on the same scale on the right. Now we can compare. Now we can easily see the blue one blows the yellow one out of the water. So clearly, although Bitcoin started lower, you can see down here there's a little gap, right, where the yellow one was doing better. You can see in the long term, the blue one did better. So if you're trying to create a portfolio and you want to understand what might be a better long-term allocation for you based on questions you want to ask of which assets, how much of each asset in my portfolio, go ahead and use this tool and let me know if you find a good portfolio, or don't even share it. You know, keep your secrets to yourself. That's fine. But I just hope you find the tool useful, and there's so much more that can be built with these types of tools. If you want to have something built for you, or if you have a community, reach out to me. Let me know. I like building these things. I have several clients that I build scripts like this for, all custom, all built by me, all professional with settings and a good user interface, which I believe is very important coming from an app developer background. So go ahead and take a look at this Portfolio Backtester if you want to do your own analysis. And if you want to have your own custom built scripts for TradingView, go ahead and shoot me a message. All right, guys, my name is Andre. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.